search that fine for you. I do that 3-4 times again, I testify for you. I told I like you, that bitch, I do it. All that I'm around, you scared to do. I'm not. As long as you joking now here for me, I ain't got it. My bitch, skimming, looting, hide your body. As long as you drink.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Stormiana, and I am back with another lit video for you guys today. Before we get started in today's video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social medias listed in the description below, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a single video. Thank you guys for joining this giveaway. This giveaway has been extremely stressful. Let me just start off by telling you my week. So I have been running on 4 hours of sleep, between 4 to 3 hours of sleep every day, just about for the last at least week and a half, almost 2 weeks. I am mentally, physically, and emotionally drained, okay? But thank you guys so much for being patient with me. Thank you guys so much for understanding. Thank you guys just for being you. Like, thank you for being my supporters. Thank you for being my haters. Thank you for being hating, mad ass family members. Like, thank all of y'all for everything that y'all have done, because you guys keep me going. Like, you guys know I got my calendar right here that tells me which content days I need to do, school and all of that, and I have just been pushing because of the support and the love and the views, the likes, the shares, the comments. All of that just keeps me going. So definitely shout out and thank you. Also, I want to just let you guys know, for references, every 100 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm not sure what this next giveaway is going to be. You can drop some ideas inside the comments. I might do a big box full of gift cards. I might do one, I'm thinking maybe one specifically for YouTube creators, for content creators. Might, you know, just something. I'm just not sure yet, but I know I want to do something, because we actually are almost already at 400 subscribers, and I'm really excited. So today's video, sexual harassment in the workplace. Now, I have been at my job since July 8th, and it's been almost 2 months now, and I really do like my job. I do work in a chicken plant. It is very cold there, but at the same time, for me, I don't have to actually personally interact with people. Besides saying good morning to everybody, how you doing, like, I don't have to do much, which I like. I love that. Like, I know what I need to do. I go in and I get straight to work, and then the next thing I know, it's time to go. Like, and I like that. I like that aura of the job, because I don't really like people, and I don't really get along with too many people based off of certain things. I just don't like I feel like it's a time and place for everything, and I always run into people who don't seem to understand that. So let me tell you. So I'm working on this line with this guy at my job. He's an older guy. When I first got there, he asked me questions like, you look young, like, how old are you? And I'm like, well, you gotta be 21 to work at my job. So I'm like, I'm about to be 25. And, you know, we just having normal conversations. I'm trying to be nice, or at least polite, because I have a habit of I won't speak, and not to be mean, but I am really shy and quiet. So it's just more or less like, I feel like I'm an introvert at work and at home, unless I'm going out somewhere to make me some money, or if I'm being paid to be seen at this place, then you'll see the extrovert side of me. But at work, it's like, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, I don't want to hang out with y'all outside of work. So it really ain't much for me to say to y'all. So, you know, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to just be a decent, polite person. So, you know, we get to talking. He asking me, like, you got kids? Like, he was like, you in school? He was like, I don't got no kids either. And I was just like, okay. No, I'm thinking like, all right, I think you're a little slow. you know, just based off of like how he was acting as he's asking me these questions. So, this all happened in one day. Not the whole story, but this part I'm telling you happened in one day. So he starts telling me about his car. So he's like, do you drive? I don't see you on the bus. They got like little vans that they go pick them up at. So he's like, I haven't seen you on one. So I was like, no, I drive. So he's like, okay, well, I'm about to get my car fixed. You want to see the inside of my car right now? So the line is broke down, which is why we have this much time to talk, because usually it's really loud in there. I have a small voice naturally, so you have to actually yell to be heard over the machines, but the line is actually broke down. So we have been standing here for at least an hour waiting for maintenance to actually fix it. So he's like, you don't want to go see my car? So I looked at him and I didn't say anything. I went to my lead and I said, okay, he's making me feel a little uncomfortable. Can you move me away from him? Because at this point, I know where the conversation is going and I don't want it to go there. This is not what I'm here for. I literally go in to do my job and I leave, and I want to feel comfortable in the place that I work, especially with a job that I like. See, if we was talking about Wendy's, McDonald's, Walmart, Amazon, like, yeah, I'd probably play along. Yeah. But not here, because I actually like this job and I actually want to stay with this job. So she's like, who bothering you? So I went and I pointed to him. So she was like, so she just kind of, it's like 5-6 of us on the line. So she just kind of swapped me with somebody else, so I'm not directly next to him. So that's the end of the day one. So, you know, like, he didn't say anything, and she told the guy in the middle, she was like, he bothering her? And he was like, yeah, like, he kind of close to her. And he was, when he was talking to me, like, he was like super, super close to me. Now, if the line is broke down and the machine isn't moving, that means there's no noise, which means we don't have to yell, which means you shouldn't be that close to me. Working in close corners with somebody is different from actually being like up on me. So that happened day one. My supervisor, which is who I normally would have told, was literally just coming off of vacation, and she was going all over the plant. Like, she did not stop moving. She was all over the damn place. So about the next, like, over the next couple of days, I noticed him purposely like reaching over me unnecessarily. So I got a pulled chicken. If you guys don't know how a chicken plant goes, I work on a machine that's called the DSI machine. So there's people at the top that are helping the chicken get lined up to go straight down the line, and it's hot water. We're gonna call it a shower. Showers the chicken, and it's hot ass water is strong enough to actually cut the chicken into either strips, nuggets, or fillets. Okay. And at the other end where I was working at, you have to pull them off. You have to pull the chicken off and put it onto a different conveyor belt. 2 people in the front pull fillets. Other people at the end pull the nuggets, which is what we're doing. He was watching his fillets go by. Now, fillets are easy to get, okay? The fillet, if you don't know, that's the chicken sandwich. Just think of the chicken sandwich, okay? So they're the easiest things to literally grab. You don't have to grab the nuggets that they're attached to. You grab the fillets and put them up. Very simple. I noticed he was purposely watching his fillets go by so that he could reach his arm across me. I have big chest. I really do. I've been busty in the front my entire life. So my first thought was, please don't let him be trying to cop a feel on me on this line with this raw chicken. So I kept looking at him and I'm like, okay, dude, back up. Like, get your chicken. Then it's going past down the line, which means other people got to work harder to grab all the goddamn nuggets off the damn line and grab your fillets and put them at the top. We ain't supposed to be reaching over there. We supposed to be reaching in the front of us. So then that happened. So I went to my supervisor because it kept happening over the next couple of days. At first I'm like, you bugging out. Like, he probably, the line is moving fast. So, you know, he he probably just can't keep up. But I'm like, he only has to grab one fillet because the person in front of him is grabbing the other fillet. So it'll come in sets. So it'll be fillet nugget, fillet nugget. He's supposed to grab the fillet at the bottom. The other guy in front of him grabs one. So it's like, it's just one that you're grabbing at a time versus the people who grabbing nuggets, we're grabbing 2 and 3. We're grabbing multiple at a time because of how fast it's moving. So I'm like, okay. I went to a male supervisor because I couldn't find my supervisor. So I said, I don't think I want to work here anymore. Like, that's just what I said. Like, over the last couple of days, like, it just started getting annoying because I told him, like, even going out for break, I'm like, hey, you've been a little too close to me. Like, you letting your fillet pass. Like, do you want to switch with me to help? And he's like, nah, I'm cool. I got it. Like, he brushed it off like it was nothing. I said, okay, well, you're making me uncomfortable because I feel like you're letting your fillets go by on purpose just so you can reach out to me. He laughed at it and played it off, which is why I said, okay, I don't think I want to work here anymore. I've never left a job specifically where I did not give a 2 weeks notice. I feel like just for any emergency reasons, at least I left on good terms in case I want to come back. So I went to my supervisor. I said, I don't think I want to be here no more. So he looked at me. Fun fact, I'm the only person from orientation, the orientation group that I got hired, I'm the only person who's still there. Everybody else has quit. Everybody else. Like, I had at least like 8, 9 other people with me when I did my orientation group. I'm the only person who's still there. And he knows that, so he looked at me, he's like, why? You're the last one. I was like, somebody making me feel uncomfortable. Hey, look. He said, it's a man. I said, yeah. So he said, what happened? So I told him what happened. So he said, hold on. He went to go get my supervisor. My supervisor come in. So when she came in, she said, what's wrong? I said, I really just don't think I want to work here no more. And I told her what happened. I told her who it was. When I said his name, which obviously for legal reasons, I would not say his name. When I said his name, she gave a face as if, this again. And I've also ran into a couple other females that have said that they've had this problem with him. The difference is, I don't think they've pursued it as far as I did, so to speak. I think they just, one girl told me she moved to a completely different department. She applied for a different department in the job and she just went to a whole different department. That can't be me. It won't be me, and it was not me. I'm not gonna walk around on eggshells around no nigga that is not understanding stop, no, and move over. I feel like these are basic human commands. My 2-year-old understands stop, no. As a grown man who's almost my dad's age, you should understand stop, no, back up, too close. These are things you should understand as a grown man. So when I told her, she gave a face that was really concerning. So I looked at her and I was just like, I need to do my own investigation, which kind of led me to these 2 other women who have said the same thing about him. So she said, I'll handle it. I got up and I was on my way leaving. So she said, so as I'm leaving, she's like, hey, why were you late today? So I said, my baby got the flu, in which Journey, she had flu-like symptoms. So I couldn't actually send her to school. So I had to keep her home with the fever and everything. So I told her what happened and she was like, okay. She was like, just watch her. She's a baby and she's 2. So just watch her. I said, thank you. And I just left. So this proceeded to happen again. So when I got to work the next day, I was put on the opposite side of the conveyor belt from him. So I'm just about facing him, but I'm not working next to him, which I was fine with. I'm like, okay, problem solved. So, she told me, she said, you're working on this side now. She said, away from him. I'm thinking, okay, cool. He can't touch me if I'm over here. Like, he would literally have to walk his ass all the way around to come over here. Like, there's wires, there's other conveyor belts on top of another conveyor belt. Like, he would really have to, somebody gonna see him before he get to me. So I'm working in front of him, just about. I'm about the 3rd person in line, 3rd or 4th person in line on my side. He's the 2nd at the top. That's how I was that morning, that next morning I came in. And I'm not sure when or how, but he ended up right in front of me. Again, I didn't mind because I'm like, he's all the way over there. But we work on one conveyor belt, one big conveyor belt in the middle of us. We're pulling on this side, they're pulling on that side. I start feeling this on my hand each time I'm grabbing the chicken. So I just so happen to look up, and I can barely see because it's like hot water steam, it's vinegar steam blowing this way, and I'm looking up and I'm like, what are you doing? So he just get to laughing. So I told him, I said, stop. Just stop touching me. Now, because at this point I'm a little irritated because I specifically got my ass ended up moving all the way on the other side of the conveyor belt. Why are you still touching me? What is going on here? So I'm just like, okay. I'm in the middle of a busy work day. I'm half asleep up here as it is, literally I'm nodding off as he's doing this, but I'm just like, the supervisor's nowhere to be found. I can't find the leads, can't even go to the bathroom. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm just over it. So somebody else came over and she was like, go up there and pull strips. So I gotta stand on this big ass metal step stool that's like this big, okay, about this big. At least about that high. So I go all the way up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm all the way now at least 10 more feet away from him going that direction. He's all the way the fuck up there. So this man, he hasn't been catching his strips. He hasn't been breaking them apart either. Now my job, they're supposed to break them apart. And once they put them on the conveyor belt, they go all the way up, which is why I'm that high. And I'm just trying to pull them apart before they actually go into the box. He walks his ass all the way at least 10 to 15 feet. Reaches over top of me, and I'm looking this way because the chicken is coming this way. So I'm going like this trying to pull the chicken. When I tell y'all, we could have kissed when I turned around and he was standing on the goddamn step stool with me. Like, it's tall and it's wide. He stood on it. When I turned around because I felt it move, he was like right here to me. I lost it. I went off on him, calling him all types of bitches and everything on the line. So he get his ass down. One of the leads come over. She's like, what's wrong? You need to go to the bathroom? My face is steaming. So I said, yeah, let me go to the bathroom. I go to HR. I go to the bathroom. I go to HR. I said, who do I put my 2 weeks in? Who do I put my 2 weeks into? Because at this point, I'm like, fuck it. Y'all know me. Y'all know I hit on something else for some other money just as quick. So, I get inside of HR and I'm like, okay, if I email you this 2 week notice, can you print it out for me and I give it to my supervisor? So she's like, who is your supervisor? And I'm like, ain't it her? What's her name? So she was like, let me just look because I don't even think you're supposed to be in that department. So I'm like, yes, I'm not. But that's where I've been since I've been here. Like, this is not the department I got hired for. I'm just here. So she was like, yeah, since you're over there, you go to her. She was like, why? What's wrong? So I told her, I was like, this man been making me feel funny. I said, I'm told the lead. I'm told the supervisor. I said, he just did it again. This man just came up over here. I said, he wasn't even grabbing the strips. He went and reached his hand in between my chest and the conveyor belt. And then between, as close as I got to stand to get up there, it's only but this much space in between my chest and the conveyor belt. If this is my job to pull stuff up here, why the fuck is you up here? This is a one-person job. You can't barely do your job down there. It was absolutely no need for you to come down here. So she's like, he did what? And she was like, who? So I told her who it was. I don't think she recognized the name. She went and called my supervisor on a walkie-talkie. We go inside the office. So she was like, okay, we have to call him in here, give him a written warning, if he goes near her again, he's gonna have to get walked out. So as we walk in there, she was like, she confessed something to me. She's like, I was abused too as a child. She said, I don't stand for that. She said, that's not finna slide by me at all. Now, this is the first time I felt like somebody actually gave a fuck to do something about this. Because when I told the lead, all she did was move and put somebody in between us. When I told the supervisor, she kind of smiled and was like, I'll handle it. Granted, she did handle it, but I think this shit should have been documented from the first moment. Like, I've never had an instance like this at work where I felt like somebody was sexually harassing me. Never. Like, just make me feel uncomfortable. I've never had that. Like, besides obviously niggas being niggas and flirting or saying stuff, touching me is where I draw the line. Like, that is where we draw the fucking line. So we get inside the room, and she asked my supervisor, and you know, she's writing some stuff down. She was like, we gotta go talk to him. So she was like, do you know the person she's having an issue with? So my supervisor puts her head down like this. This is what the lady does, and she says his name. So the HR, the lady at HR, she's looking. She said, Miss so I can't hear you. Say it again. So she put her head up, and she like, and she go say it again. So she was like, oh my gosh. So I'm sitting here at this point, and I'm like, what y'all know that I don't know? Cause like, I hope he ain't been getting away with this shit, and y'all just making bitches move around. Cause I'm not finna dance around no nigga. I'm not finna walk on eggshells around no nigga. Cause I've been and punched him in his jaw by the time we leave out this building. Fired or no fired, I don't feel like that should be the case. I'm not finna move around here like I'm scared to be around him because he's not understanding certain shit. So she like, okay, we're gonna handle it. If he touch you again, we walking his ass right out. We're gonna let him know he's not to go nowhere near you. That lasted for a couple of days. I'll tell you that now. It lasted literally for a couple of days. Just, I believe, last week. So there's this new guy on the line. He's making a mess of everything. I mean, tearing up. And it's okay because he's new. It's his, like, he's only been here a couple of days. So, you know, the people who have been there, or at least I think I catch on a little fast to where everything I do just kind of comes a little naturally to me, or I just learn how to do it fast. So I'm on the same line with him. I'm back on the other side because we're short staffed. The lead goes to tell him, she's like, don't go near her. Stay right here. Don't go nowhere near her. My supervisor came. She said, if he say something to you, come tell me. She went to him and said, don't say nothing to her. Don't go nowhere near her. That's what she told him. Tell me why within 30 minutes, this man comes behind me to rub my back so that we could switch places so that he can help the new guy out. The new guy is in between the both of us. So while I'm pulling my nuggets, he's just piling on in front of him because he don't know what the hell to do. And I'm helping him as well. Why is you rubbing my back? Why is you behind me? So I turned around and I almost hit him. No lie, y'all. I almost just went inside his shit. And I had to stop because if we fight in there, we automatically get fired. Like, no matter what the situation occurred to, obviously a lawsuit could have followed. But I really like this job. Like, I get paid weekly. I like the benefits. And I like the atmosphere. Like, it's not a bad place to work. And the advancements you can get in there is really good. Like, I feel like I can live comfortably. Like, I just looked at it, I said, you know you're not supposed to be nowhere the fuck near me. Like, I am cursing him out. I just walk off the line. I walk off. So I was already arguing with 2 older ladies about this shit. I haven't told anybody at work besides the lead, the supervisor, and human resources. These are the people that I told about the instances to move me away from him. I didn't tell anybody else because there ain't nobody in there for me to tell, especially not my business. Apparently he went and told them, and they was arguing with me like, you crazy if you think he wants you. He don't want nobody. He the sweetest person I know. So I'm literally arguing with them, calling them bitches on the line. Like, and don't say that's unprofessional at work, because in that chicken pit, everybody is arguing. I have seen supervisors get buck with employees, and employees get buck with supervisors, and they be cool by the time we get off of break again. Which is why I love the atmosphere, because like you be about to get into it and everybody be like, we still need our job, so we finna act correct and go back to work. But even though still, this is how the atmosphere is. So I'm sitting there calling them all types of bitches and shit, because they asked me to come over and stand like directly next to him. And I said no, and they was like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. I don't give a fuck where you need to go. You better go. Like, I've been and picked up your slack, but I'm not going and hold your spot next to him. Like, that's not my business. So she was like, you crazy if you think he wanted you. He not like that. So I'm literally going back and forth with the one who's like 2 over from me, like one person, and then her. I'm going back and forth with her. I'm going back and forth with the lady who's across from me, like on the other side of the line. I'm just letting these old bitches have it. And I'm just sitting there like, I know they lying. Like, what the fuck we meant to go tell for? So one of the ladies came over and she was like, she can't be next to him, and he cannot be next to her. This old bitch gonna look up talking about some, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't know that, you know, he could lose it. I didn't know. And I'm just like, it wasn't for you to know. It's not your business, and I'm not accepting your apology, because why the fuck is you in my business? You ain't even tell me this nigga ain't been touching me when I done told 3 different people on 6 different occasions that he done fucking touched me. So after I'm walking off the line, here comes this old lady. She think that I'm mad because I done got into it with the old bitches. No, I'm mad that this nigga just came behind me and rubbed my back. I go inside the office. I tell her what happened. She get in there. She starts talking over me. She trying to move her hair. She get mad at her. She not pulling her nuggets, and she arguing with her about this. And I was like, fuck that. I literally said, fuck that. He did it again. He touched me again. So she like, okay, I'll handle it. She told me to go back out. She told me where to go to. So I switched to different positions. She tell the girl, the older lady who walked me in there, she was like, go send him back in here. He come out like 5 10 minutes later, smile, happy as hell. Like, I don't know what's going on. At first I'm like, is they family? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Because he seems to not be getting in trouble. Like, it don't seem like nobody saying shit to him. So at this point in my mind, I'm like, okay, he do it again, I'm gonna call Chris. Chris gonna come whoop his ass. He gonna make some work. He gonna shoot at him. One of the 3 he gonna do, and he gonna get away with it because he white. That, yes, and I hate to say it, but y'all know it's true. It's gonna happen. I live in the South, okay? That boy family got money out his ass. He's gonna get away with whatever I need him to do. Simple as that. That's it. That was just in my plan, because I don't feel like nobody helped me. So we go, you know, I'm sitting there, I go on break, and I was like, he did it again. I went to the HR. So she was like, what? So I'm like, yeah, he been stepping on my mat. Like, we all got our separate mats. He's standing on mine, like hip to hip with me. Rub my back. I told her what happened. So she was like, So she went to go take it to her boss. So I was sitting out there for free on the clock for at least 2 hours. When I got back, by the time I got back on the floor, I had 1 hour left to go to work. So I'm sitting in there, and we had a meeting. And I told the head of HR what had happened. She chose my supervisor out left and right. Because she literally said out her own mouth, why the hell are we on situation 6? I should have known about situation 1. Why the hell was I not informed? So she literally is digging in my supervisor ass. So she was like, send her inside the office. She need to go write a statement about what happened. So I told her what happened. Wrote the statement. Literally was still chewing my supervisor out as I was on my way to the office. So I get inside the office, I write my little statement, I go back to work. Next day, one of the leads tell me to go on the line on the opposite side in front of him. Again, I have no problem working around him. What the issue is him touching me. If he can't stop, he just need to be fired. Point blank, period. Like, there is no extra issues. Somebody said, oh, y'all know each other outside of work. I don't know this fucking man. I barely know where I'm at the time. If I'm not going to work to get my kids and go home, I just about Googled just about everywhere else. Like, I don't know this man. I don't know what the fuck he done went to go tell people. People came up to me and it was like, what's wrong? We heard about the situation. This after we getting off work. So I'm like, shit, everybody already know. Like, I know they just trying to be nosy. And somebody was like, he got laced like a few months ago. He ain't never been right after that. Y'all just need to let that go then. Like, I'm sorry that happened to him, if that's the truth. But I don't give a fuck. Stop touching me. Like, the simple fact of the matter is, stop touching me. So the next day, I'm in front of him on the opposite side. That's where I was told to go. Now, before I left out the room, it was like, you don't go near him, he don't go near you. So I said, okay. I thought that meant we can't be side by side with each other, which I was okay with. Again, I've never dealt with this type of situation, so I guess I wasn't really understanding what they meant. So my supervisor came in, I guess she seen me on the other side. She was like, you know you're not supposed to be over there by him. Don't you say he be tapping your hand and stuff? Now, she got an attitude with me. I said, hold a minute. He do. And I told you when he did, I was told by one of your managers to go right here. Like, I'm just doing my job as an employee. I don't really got time to sit here and argue with these fucking managers. I already argue with the people I work with enough. So she was like, it don't matter. I'm the supervisor. Yes, but you're never on the floor. You supervise from in that office. And she told me, even on orientation, I'm always in this office, and she's not lying. Yo, we clock in at 6. By the time the line start at 7 and 8 o'clock hit, you don't see her. She ain't on the floor. She ain't monitoring shit. She's not nowhere around. So it's just like, what the fuck? These is the damn managers that I know. I don't never see you. You always in that damn office. So she bring me into the office like 20, 30 minutes later. So I get in there, my union rep in there, and she was like, you gotta sign this paper. She was like, you could have got fired today, which I don't understand. I'm the victim here. What the fuck would I get fired for if I go near him? I'm not going near him to touch him. I went on the opposite side in front of him to work. So you mean to tell me you don't want me at that end because you can't control him touching me, or better yet, you don't want to fire him because he's been here so long? With I now make the third female that he's had a problem with? That doesn't sound right to me. So I told her, I said, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. I said, this time when he do, I'm not gonna say anything because I know you're not gonna fire him like you said you were. I know you're not. Because once it goes to HR, it's actually my supervisor's job. Once I go if I tell her again, she's supposed to walk his ass out the job and terminate him. I know she's not gonna do that because she didn't do shit for other couple times. I know she ain't. I said, don't even worry about it. I said, I won't. So I had to sign this paper. He had to sign the same thing, saying that we go near each other again, we're gonna be fired. And I said, I need a copy of the paper. And she was like, for what? First of all, I was reading the paper because I'm not signing nothing without reading it. So she's like, what you need a copy for? I said, for my lawyer. I said, because if I get fired because I was told to be placed somewhere within him, and you're not there to enforce that I can't go with him, or I might get sent home or written up because you're never on the floor to handle these situations, I'm gonna sue you. And after I finished reading the paper and I finished my sentence with her, I signed the paper and I got up and left. Because at that point, I just feel like this bullshit. Like, I feel like you had an attitude with me and you tried to get buck with me because HR chewed your ass out because she trying to figure out why she wasn't notified about this shit earlier. Why she just now finding out after literally situation number 6, y'all. Like, between him being that close to me, up in my face, getting on the step stool with me, tapping my hand, like, that shit was over a course of a whole fucking month. And they just now doing shit about this last week. And I've been saying something since my 2nd week here. Literally, since my 2nd week here, because that's when I started working with him. I was doing a little training by myself the first week. 2nd week, I was actually on the line with people. So yeah, I done told all the necessary people. I done told who the fuck was available. I told who the fuck I could find. Man, I feel like they did shit about it, for real. I don't feel like nothing was dealt with. I did get a copy of my report, of my statement that I made against him. I had to do a report because the old ladies went and snitched and said that I was calling them bitches, which I was, and somebody had suggested that I apologize, but I had to let them know that's not gonna happen. Like, in the nicest way possibly I could, it's not gonna happen. Don't even ask no shit like that of me. I'm not apologizing for a fuck thing I do. Reason being, because they came to me with the situation. I didn't go to them. They got in my business after I told them I'm not going near him. That should have been the end of the conversation. You don't gotta question me as to why I'm not going near him, or be like, he never did that. That's not your business. I'm a girl's girl. So if a female come to tell me a nigga did something to her, I'm gonna be on her side until otherwise proven. None of them have seen my statement. None of them have seen his statement. None of y'all have asked me what happened. Y'all went based off of what he said, when there are literally 2 other women in here who's had a problem with him touching them. So I don't really give a fuck as to who say what. And I said I'll stand on there. All y'all some bitches. Like, I had to have a meeting with them, and the same old lady, she apologized, and I wasn't going for that shit. Like, cause you shouldn't have said that shit. I feel like I don't like that type of shit. As a female, like I said, as a girl's girl, I gotta stick by females. I have to. Like, you have to, cause these men out here don't stick up for us. They out here getting their nails done just as much as we is. They ain't providing, protecting for shit. So therefore, the girls gotta come together and do what girls do and stick together. I don't know why the fuck he went to go run his mouth, because now it's like, you get close to me, I can get your ass fired. So now what? He came close to me today, literally, and he was on the opposite side at the top of the line. Now I moved all the way at the top, so we ain't even on the same compartment anymore. Same machine, different compartments. So he came up and he was talking to somebody else, and I could have said something right then and there. As long as he didn't say anything, and as long as he didn't come on the other side, I was cool. Why? Because I really don't want to have to cost somebody their job. I just want you to stay away from me. That's really simple. And even then, it's like going through all this shit that I went through with him. It's just like, damn, I still want to make sure your livelihood good, because I know what it's like to not have a job and have bills and have to do shit. But at the same time, I'm not going to be in here playing with you because you feel like you can play with me. Where the fuck we do that at? So that's it, guys. That is my sexual harassment story time at work. Like, that's also been draining, because I done had calls after work. Like, I done had to do so much other shit that it just, I feel like, was unnecessary, and it should have been nipped in the butt sooner. If you made it this far into the video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, to and post notifications. Oh, did I forget the giveaway? Thank you guys for watching, and keep watching, because y'all about to see who won the giveaway. Thank you guys, and congratulations to you, boo. See you in the next video. Bye.